Lifestyle works up.
Yeah, lifestyle lit. I've been legit. The motive is in. I'm going again, but I'm going to win. I don't know when to end. Got me needing residuals for the time that I spent. Yeah, I need residual. I need it now when the timing is critical. My moves are pivotal. Just had a daughter, a beautiful little girl. Gotta make sure to give her the world. All of the diamonds and all the pearls. Gotta cut off losing all my nerves. I'm in my lane, I ain't tryna swerve. I leveled up like a boss. Had to believe in my soul. All seasons are gold. Most of my reasons are bold, but I can heat up the stove. Feel like the key to the code. Gave it conceding the throne. They should just leave it alone. I feel like a wizard just shooting my shot. Gilbert Arenas is home. Paying my dues and perfecting my craft. Seem I've been taking my time. Working it out and keep stacking the math. I call it patience and grind. Currently making it mine. Yeah, I'm on my way to shine. Yeah, smoother than drinking the wine. I skip ahead, ain't no waiting in line. Yeah, young nigga when I started, but I got a little older, now I'm ready to show and prove. I done had a ton of bombs in the bag when I dropped, guaranteed to blow the roof. Had to get my shoulders loose, jump shot like a couple goals or two. Aiming for the plat, but the gold would do. Looking for the next, I'll show them who. Lifestyle lit, I've been legit. The motive is in. I'm going again, but I'm going to win. I don't know when to end. Got me needing residuals for the time that I spent. Yeah, lifestyle lit. I've been legit. The motive is in. I'm going again, but I'm going to win. I don't know when to end. Got me needing residuals for the time that I spent. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to It's a Lifestyle. Yeah. We just gonna open it up a little different. Let's get it. I said I always told myself to wait. Shit be getting heavy, making lightweight like it's featherweight. I know I've been that Uno, pull your card and I won't hesitate. Niggas in they feelings when I say some shit that resonate. My position is on head of state. My problem is looking optimist. My vision looking oculus. If you thinking you can fuck with me, I appreciate your confidence. It's uncommon to see some niggas with some common sense. While I'm designing game plans, they worry about designer fits. I need masterpieces and timeless hits. Roll with the finest chicks. I'm in the gym working it out for them shots that I might have missed. Ain't no slight in this, I'm taking the game with the slighter risk. And I don't care about who's bad, nigga, who's nice is this. Playing chess to take it overseas. Doors and open up with keys. Niggas want that spot but cease to fail and it don't meet the needs. I'm just trying to meet the fees. Really trying to reach the league. Hold on, let's go get him. Yeah. Welcome. You know, if you not familiar yet, let's go. And you don't ask me how my day has been. My peace and vibes ain't ignited and ain't made it in. I've been up since 4 a.m. Thinking about some losses and been plotting on my ways to win. It really always make me grin. How I keep the mission going in the field of the same thing. Of broken hearts, they dreams and goals didn't maintain. Can be moving at no speed, at you forcing to change lanes. If the flight is taking off, we ain't boarding the same plane. I'm too grounded, built within a new founded. If there's problems in my way, I'm getting through or move rounded. They ever try to count me out, it's clear they miscounted. I'm showing love to my believers, got a list of those who doubted. Been cooking from the fountain, climbing up this mountain, calming down my anger from the things I should be shouting. I go and make corrections, I don't do too well with pouting. If I audible the play, it's still the same, I'm just rerouting. Been locked in and been working, just be doing much. These niggas claim that they be working, they don't fooling us. Can't be looking at the numbers, gotta feel the glory. That's like saying Jordan ain't live up to Robert Ory. On to bigger, better things, they thinking about wedding rings. Cooking up this uncut like it's straight from Medellin. To get a hit, you gotta swing. That's why I keep my palate clean. Yeah, maybe it's me. If you having a good time right now on this intro, hey, let's keep this going. Let's vibe. Would you believe me if I told you that it's really you? I know we ain't been in touch, but I'm feeling you. The magazine's still the same, but the issue new. Do I gotta plead my case that I'm missing you? You looking good, I'm glad to see you got a new smile. They cardio been doing right with your new style. It looking like every day you run about 2 miles. Independent energy, I'm wondering who's round. Stepping, got your shoes out, looking like you flew out. Someone about to lose out, about to make a move now. I told myself if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. And if I ever ran into you, then I know you meant for me. So take a chance to slide again and we can really see. Let's cap it up and catch a vibe while we slip tea. And unlock from all the times we had to split keys. And While we empty, ain't nothing but an old time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me and you can get it lit again, and we can spark a new flame.
We can just chill.
I swear this rush feel like a gold mine.
Feel just like a gold mine.
I learned all your emotions, you don't ever need a mood ring.
You don't need that shit. Said I promise you don't need that shit.
It ain't nothing like an old time.
It ain't nothing but an old time.
Me and you can get it lit again, and we can spark a new flame.
We can just chill.
I swear this rush feel like a gold mine.
It feel just like a gold mine.
I learned all your emotions, you don't ever need a mood ring.
You don't need that shit. I said I promise you don't need that shit.
Yeah, let's pick it up. Hey, let's move. Yeah, hey, let's move. Yeah, 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 let's go, let's go. Flipping records like they bricks. I can get you in the mix. Spirit looking like it's broke. I ain't stressing about no. Got great timing on my wrist. They shit might be good, but I promise it ain't this. Yeah. Flipping records like they bricks. I can get you in the mix. Spirit looking like it's broke. I ain't stressing about no. Got great timing on my wrist. They shit might be good, but I promise it ain't this. Yeah. I can get you in the mode. I can hit the pick and roll. I can make it pick and pop. I know how to crack the code. Aura looking like a Billy. I ain't even get to go. I know that paper waiting on me. I just feel it in my bones. Feel like Jeezy with the snow. Feel like Weezy with the flow. Feel like Easy with 6 foes. Feeling greedy, go get mo. This is only something slight. I know it's right. I'm immaculate. I'm on my toes, I keep them guessing, flipping records like they bricks. I can get you in the mix, spirit looking like it's broke. I ain't stressing about no. Ayy, got great timing on my wrist. This shit might be good, but I promise it ain't this. Yeah, flipping records like they bricks. I can get you in the mix, spirit looking like it's broke. I ain't stressing about no bitch. Got great timing on my wrist. This shit might be good, but I promise it ain't this. Yeah. Yeah. Feel like a drug, I have so many people say I'm dope. On top of not into this game, I guess I learned the ropes. I'm not concerned with most. It'll turn to boast. Ray-Ban glances, staring at these flaky niggas starting to come off like dandruff. How you sitting over your city with no music can understand it? You know nothing about the branding. You couldn't be a brand even if your name Brandon. We not buying what you selling, especially if you gonna be out here lying and then telling. I know a lot of graduates, I know a lot of felons. Keep it loyal, keep it G, you can never be a villain. It's forever with no sellings. I don't rap like Kendrick, I don't rap like Drake, I don't rap like J. Cole, nigga, I rap like me. Keep it 100, don't gotta worry what the facts might be. Hard work and dedication, tryna up that mean, yeah. Tryna up that mean, yeah. Tryna up that mean, yeah. I changed my life because the pain was trying to take me over. Sipping like I was never sober. From me taking over, I know my range will be beyond trying to push her over. I need my nation to rock with me. Like my nickname Hova, reach my quota. Tell them that the East don't fold up. Matter of fact, we coming back for everything that we owed them. Tell my older cousin Udi she can go ahead and roll up. Cause we gon' represent from what our grandfather showed us. Confidence on $1 I'm turning my nose up. I dropped so cold, I got these old niggas froze up. Don't be mad because the Most High with it and chose us. Apparently I've been gifted and lit. Your parodies make me stick to the script. I give motivation to kids, now they winning the chips. Get a bag instead of getting choppers. These hip hoppers turn to TikTokers. Constipation couldn't even make the shit stop us. When Tumble couldn't block us, Dwayne Johnson couldn't even rock us. Don't worry about no StockX, I'm trying to get stocks up. Peace to those who's free and free all my niggas locked up.
Thank you if you ever had to
Second guess.
I doubt my motives on my journey while I'm
On my quest.
I could say my motivations
All
are
because of you. I never gave up on myself because I made it through. I wanna thank you if you ever had to second guess. I doubt my motives on my journey while I'm on my quest. I can say my motivations are because of you. I never gave up on myself because I made it through. Yeah.
Lifestyle.
Yes, we are back. Welcome back to It's a Lifestyle with the Official LP. I am your host, of course, the Official LP. And as always, it is a special episode. But this episode, very special episode. Let's give it up because it is my birthday. Let's get it. Yes. Scorpio season. It is Scorpio season. If you are celebrating a birthday this month or you're celebrating a birthday this season, shout out to you. Let's give you a round of applause.
You know what I mean? So you share a birthday with me. If you celebrating your birthday November 2nd, you share a birthday with me as well. I know I got a lot of little cousins that share the same birthday, and I got some family members that share the same birthday. I got some friends that I know that share the same birthday month, all in the same realm. But let's give it applause again. Let's give it applause. Let's give it applause. Yes, 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 yes. You see the birthday vibes. You see the birthday vibes. We're going to keep it real light. Again, I appreciate everybody who has been tuning in. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, please make sure that you go check those out. If you liking what I'm doing over here, please make sure that you're liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Most importantly, subscribing. That just helps the algorithm just catch on, and more people that haven't seen this show yet be able to see this show as well. And make sure you're liking and commenting, engaging. Hey, if you got something you want to say about something that I'm saying, hey, comment on it. If you like what I'm saying, hey, comment on that. You liking, you just liking the content, share it. Share it with some other people. If you think that somebody else may like it, if you don't like it, share it with them. If you don't think that they like it, find somebody else that may like that beyond that. But yeah, I appreciate everybody's good energy that has been giving me good kind words, and even if it's just good positive feedback for different things to enhance with the show, I just appreciate that in general. Just that means just y'all tuning in, and I appreciate that. But it is my birthday. Let's get it. Yeah. Scorpio season. Yeah, but not much really planned for the birthday. For me, birthdays are really more of a reflection period as far as where I've come and where I do want to go. Like, within every year, I always set personal goals, whether it be like a 6-month goal or a year goal or a 3 to 5 year goal. Excuse me. I always set goals, So for me, I have been fulfilling a lot of goals and taking steps towards those goals. I'm never really satisfied. I always want more, so I'm always kind of pushing that envelope and just seeing where my energy can take me, and just seeing where my drive and dedication, as long as I'm putting that effort into what I'm doing, just seeing where the chips may fall. So for me, I just it's been a good year. It's been a good year in terms of you know accomplishing, like I said, personal achievements. But on the other side, it has been a down year, and a lot of the years have been down years because you don't like to lose family members, or you don't like to lose friends, you don't like to lose a lot of people that kind of come and go in life. But you got to just really look at where you're at, and when you're actually blessed to have another birthday, you got to just don't take that for granted. So let's get that up again. Yeah. Because it's a
Lifestyle.
yeah, one of the goals that I do have, I want to say going forward this year that I will share with y'all, which I will, something new that I'm introducing y'all because it's the first birthday that we sharing together. My first birthday that I'm sharing with y'all, and I'm sharing y'all birthdays as well. If you are a November 2nd birthday head, or a November baby, or a Scorpion season baby, yo, put that down there in the comments. I want to see what y'all birthdays are and what y'all plans are, and I'll just turn up. You know what I mean? Put the fire emoji, put the birthday cake emoji. You know what I mean? Put the praise emoji. You already know what I'm saying. But I want to see y'all birthdays and y'all celebrating out there and living good, and not letting life get you down, because there's plenty of times for us to get down. So let's stay up. But a goal that I have is to, you know, as I was kind of like I've been stating each pod, but it's flourishing and stepping in and leaning into a lot of the different aspects of my life that I've been working on, but just doing it more full throttle, and just not second guessing anything. So for me, I definitely plan on releasing my album that I've been working on for the past 6 years. I plan on doing that at the top of the year. Let's give it up for that, because I can't wait for y'all to get to that. I plan on releasing my album, and for the first time in 6 years that I've been working on. It's been some ups and downs, like I've been saying. It's always going to be the ups and downs. It's going to be the highs and lows that I've been speaking on. But it's coming full circle, and it's most of it, majority of it, has been done for some time now before I actually kick things off. It's been a lot of multitasking. I wear a lot of different hats. And that's not just because, when you are getting things, off the ground, you do have to do certain things for yourself. But for me, I do a lot of different things for a passion. Like, I have a lot of passions. I have a lot of passions that I'm passionate about, or I have a lot of crafts that I'm passionate about, and that I feel fulfilled by actually, pursuing and actually seeing those manifest. So For me, it's well rounding all of those fields and then pouring it into my music and pouring it into my album that I have been working on. So that's a goal for me. Let me know what y'all goals are down there. Let me know what y'all goals are down there. I want to know what y'all are got planned for the new year and beyond. So share that with me. But like I said, we're gonna keep it light. I wanted to move over to sports. And we're gonna go into sports real quick. Basketball season, NBA is just kicking off. Clearly, teams are starting to kind of balance themselves out. The injuries prior to last year is kind of beating up some certain teams like the Pacers and the Celtics. Celtics are getting off to a little slow start. I will say my Sixers, VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, that whole ordeal is looking solid once Embiid gets fully healthy. I'm sure he'll be able to, kick it into gear. Um, who else has looked impressive? I would say, who else has looked impressive? Cooper Flag has been up and down. I think that he can do. I think he could do a little bit more. He's going to start to once they take him off the ball. When Kyrie comes back, he'll be able to kind of kick it into gear and just start playing the wing or start playing on the block a little bit and getting into that mid-range game. But he's on the ball right now, and I think Jason Kidd knows what he's doing. Just getting him, getting that rookie, anxiety off of him, just having the ball in his hands and just playing it on that level and just being able to make those decisions and forcing him to be uncomfortably comfortable, if that makes sense. Uncomfortable situations, and you want him to get comfortable with it at an early time because this team is actually going to be in the playoffs. I think they're going to make the playoffs. Whether they make a deep run this year, I'm sure that they'll be able to contend in the next year or two. Anthony Davis, I would say he got a good solid at the top of his game. I would say 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years, but 3 peak because Anthony Davis is always injury prone. But hopefully Cooper Flag gets it together, and I'm keeping my eyes out on him. But other than that, most importantly, I did want to talk about Victor Wembanyama. Is this the year Wemby? Now, if you go back to the NBA tip-off special that I had with V and I had with Kobe, Wemby was talked about a lot, and I know I mentioned I threw him out there a lot for different awards and just him taking that next step and the Spurs just being real contenders. Now, they are, at the time of this pod being recorded, undefeated. Wemby actually averaging, over 30 points per game, almost 14 rebounds per game, 3 assists, and almost 5 blocks right now. Like, it's disgusting. But it's not only the statistics because, like they always say, numbers lie. You know what I mean? Like, numbers never lie, but sometimes they do. When you actually watch the game, somebody's numbers can be really fraudulent to what they're actually contributing as far as their effect on the game. Now, Wemby's having an effect across the board. He's showcasing his skill set. He's showcasing his handles. He's showcasing his shot making, blocks, his leadership. It's turning into winning. So he's doing it fast though. So for him to do it at this level and this fast, and people are already calling him for early MVP. He may be the best player on the planet. The fact that his name is being thrown in that hat at this point just goes to show you the consistency of the Spurs organization, the San Antonio Spurs organization, when it comes to them identifying talent, identifying, franchise cornerstone cornerstone players to be able to carry the franchise and to be able to lead that franchise, whether it be marketing or on the court, and to be a really good receptive product. It's key that you are actually able to bring players in, but not only bring players in, you're bringing in generational talent. Because when David Robinson was playing, he's dropping 70 and triple doubles. Tim Duncan comes in, he chips up. They add in the different pieces with Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, and they're filling out with all the different role players. And for them to get Kawhi and Kawhi Leonard to do what he did and then end up winning the championship, and even Kawhi to go on to win the championship with the Raptors, now you look at Victor Wembanyama and you look at the way that they're talking about him and the fact that he's connected to the Spurs. It's just, it really is. The San Antonio Spurs are definitely going to go down in history as one of the either the top 5 or top 10 all time, franchises or organizations in all of sports. When you look at the players that they've been able to galvanize and just the winning and consistency, and they really haven't really had off years recently. They'll go through their ups and downs. I know they had some bad years earlier before they got Tim Duncan and David Robinson, but for the Spurs to be able to be where they're at, weathering that storm, it just shows good good GMing, good ownership, and good consistency, and just sticking to the plan and making sure that they, are able to come out on top. But this may be the year of Wemby. I think Wemby may actually, take that step, and I ain't afraid to say it. Wemby's gonna win MVP. Wemby's winning MVP. If he stays at this rate, though, if Wemby stays at this consistent rate, he's winning MVP. I had Luka winning MVP. I know he done already went out early due to injury. I wouldn't be surprised if he did kick it into gear. It's a long season. The NBA is a long season, but as of right now, Wembanyama is early MVP. It's hard to just go against that, because if he continues like this, he has the highlight plays, he has the wild plays, he's putting up the numbers, and then the wins are translating, and the team is translating, and the energy, and it's just that franchise. So it's all the factors, because if this was going down in Cleveland or maybe in Charlotte, it may be just a little bit of luster that's been taken off, unfortunately. But the fact that he is in San Antonio and the Spurs and the franchise and the organization, and you connect that with, LeBron being on his way out, and now you have, a generational talent coming into the NBA like a Victor Wembanyama. It's interesting to see where it's going to go. But shout out to Wemby. Shout out to Wemby. We're going to give it up for Wemby. We're going to give it up for Wemby. I wanted to move on to the NFL. You know what time it is. It is the Week 9 NFL lifestyle picks. All right, let me recap Week 8 real quick. I did go 7-5 on the season. I'm 52-39-1. Not doing too bad. As long as I'm over 500, I'll take that. I feel like the second half of the season, I'm about to start kicking it into gear. The next recap that I do, I will recap some of the awards that I did from the first episode, and I might update some of that and be able to, this will be the only time I'll be able to make any changes to any of my award predictions. Any of my award predictions before we get to the playoffs and they're locked in, and then all that that's what it is going forward. So let me not hold y'all. Let's get into the Week 9 picks. Yes. All right. So I got the Giants over the Jets. Jumping the gun. I got Giants over the 49ers. I got Chargers over the Titans. I got Lions over the Vikings. I got Patriots over the Falcons. Shout out to Drake May. Not a Patriots fan, but Drake May is definitely looking solid. And I say that because, a lot of my I got some of my family that's Patriots fans. I got some of my friends, coworkers, whatever, they Patriots fans, and they always, but I give it to y'all. Hey, Drake May, you doing your thing. All right, so I got Steelers over the Colts. I got Broncos over the Texans. I got Bears over the Bengals. Caleb Williams and the Bears, they're starting to really pick up. I got Packers over the Panthers. Rams over the Saints. I got Raiders over the Jaguars. Chiefs over the Bills. Seahawks over the Commanders. Cowboys over the Cardinals. And those are the Week 9 NFL lifestyle picks. Yes. Let's move it over to music. All right, real quick. We're not going to stay on this too long. I don't know if y'all seen or not. It's the never-ending saga of the Kendrick Lamar and Drake battle. Now, I don't even know if I can lead. It got to be Drake versus Kendrick. It can't even be Kendrick versus Drake, because Drake is the one who's leading this. But if y'all don't know, Drake has filed an appeal after UMG. The first UMG lawsuit was dismissed against Kendrick Lamar and against UMG for the diss songs that Kendrick Lamar, the defamation case, and pretty much saying that Spotify, a lot of these companies had to do with the botting and to be able to pump that song, they're not like us, and it was defamatory to Drake based off of him being called a PDF, and he's refiling this, and it's sad because it's just, you would think that after it was dismissed, he'd be able to save some grace and save some face and move on from this and to focus on just putting out his music. Focus focus on putting on his music and, actually getting back to people appreciating him as an artist and a contributor to the music space and just to, just being a creator. Like Drake is a great creative mind, and for this to be refiled, it's almost just it's goes along the lines of the people that were trying to understand where Drake was going with this lawsuit in the first place. But it kind of goes against that because it's like, what are you trying to get out of this now? The judge threw it out. UMG had already pretty much said they look forward to continuing to promote Drake's music. But there's some that think that that may not be the case, or maybe Drake may think that that may not be the case if they're trying to really put his music out. But for him to continue the lawsuit, it almost seems like his Iceman project that he was teasing and rolling out, it almost seems like that's not about to come out, because for him to go back down this rabbit hole of where he went wrong during the whole battle with Kendrick Lamar and who was involved, and where all the systems rigged to make him lose this battle. It's like he continues to miss the point. You continue to miss the point. You're making this bigger and deeper than what it really is, and what it really was. You lost a rap battle. You lost a hip hop music battle. You, I guess, in the eyes of, like, so for people, real quick, for the people who say that Drake is not bothered, he's clearly bothered. We got to stop that. Drake is bothered. He's bothered. He wouldn't keep bringing this back up, and he wouldn't, keep trying to settle these matters when we don't even really understand. He's not even speaking on it. He won't speak to any publications about any of this. He'll go on streaming. He'll go on streaming platforms and kind of, take little subtle shots at, not even subtle shots. He'll like subtle points regarding, something that he knows that people are waiting for him to speak on. And I know he's probably saving a lot of that for his album, but who knows if this album is even coming out. But I just hope that he can actually get it together, because it's ironic because, moving on to, in rap, there was a report that no rap songs appear in the top 40 on the Hot 100 for the first time since February 1990, ending a streak of 35 years, 8 months, and 3 weeks to the date. I wanted to play real quick before I talk about this. I wanted to play Ray Daniels, a music executive, had an opinion on this matter. And I wanted to play that real quick before I jumped into what I wanted to say, talk about. Let's hear that.
In my opinion, every artist started chasing clout and virality rather than chasing hits. Hits are in the studio. Hits are with the hit makers. Clout and virality is just pulling your phone out, doing something goofy, hoping that it gets you viral and hot for a few minutes. But that's a few minutes. A hit lasts forever. Do you not understand that EPMD is still performing records from the 80s? Ice Cube is still performing records from the 80s and the 90s right now. Those wasn't clout moments. Those were hits. The reason why we don't have any good rap songs right now is because all the rappers are focusing on clout and money when they only should be focusing on hits and making the best records to reach the most amount of people. So we lost. This is why I've been screaming, bring gatekeepers back. These new check riders don't know the difference between right or wrong. They just signing anything and everything moving and saying, oh, he knows what he's doing. He's a hot kid. Bro, this is the music business. It's going to always be about making a hit record. The best record you can make. The best, most catchable record you can make. And in my opinion, we got away from that. And now we don't have a record in the top anything. But y'all niggas is rich. Everybody rich. Yeah, let's see how long that lasts.
Yeah, that's interesting. So this is kind of along the lines with some of the people that I've always talked to over the years about this issue, and I didn't think that it would get here, but it's been for the longest time that it seems like it's just been more focused on, like Ray Daniels was saying, outside of the studio. It's not focused on the hits. It's about the clout. It's about the promo. It's about the marketing. It's about the name. It's about the brand. And you're not really focused on, whether if you're trying to outdo another artist. Nowadays, they're trying to outdo another artist by trying to always post every, hour to 2 hours ago on live or stream, or to just be seen, or just the visibility factor, instead of, what? I'm going to make a song that outdoes their song. I'm going to make an album that realistically outdoes their album, and not just, yo, my album is dropping, because I think music started to get used as like a pawn, to be able to get some type of, clout or some type of visibility again. Um, and it's almost like artists would take music, and it was like the easy, low hanging fruit for somebody to get on to where they needed to go. And then once they got what they got, whether it be they be popping off of one song, or they be popping off of one album, or they be popping off of one 30-second hit on TikTok, as soon as they got what they need from that situation, they're moving on to different things because they're chasing a check. Now, if we have that type of practice over the course of so many different years, where does that leave our real artists? Where does that leave the people who are actually going to leave this, thing that we call music, and this culture and this hip hop? Where is that going to leave it? How is that going to leave it in a good state to where we can actually look and be like, where are the big artists of today? Where are the superstars of today? When I say superstars, I'm saying it's not because, blogs want to post y'all, because that's all paid for anyway. It's not because blogs want to post y'all or talk about y'all every move, or what y'all eating when y'all overseas or anything like that. No, it's because the music that y'all are putting out, and the music that you are actually reaching the certain levels that you set out when you're in that studio. Like Ray Daniels said, when you're trying to make a hit, you want to take it far. You want to take it across overseas, because you don't just, like, yes, monetarily that's going to work, but you want the fans to feel it. Your message, that, like, artists used to care. Whether going back to R&B, or you going back to hip hop, or you going back in the days, whether it be the Motown era, they always cared. They always cared about the music that they would make. And, and he made a lot of good points, because it's a lack of care. And this is exactly why there is no music on the Billboard Hot 100. And it's unfortunate. I know that when I make music, I definitely make it for a message. I definitely make it with intention. There have been times where I've had to take, steps back, because when you look at the industry and you look at the way the business practices have been, the examples that have been given out there, you just kind of got to take a step back to really evaluate what approach you're actually taking, and, what you're willing to, involve yourself in. And, for me personally, I was never one that actually wanted to just step outside my means, or step outside of what I actually believe in my realm, to just try to obtain, I guess, a quick check, or just try to obtain some type of, viral moment, and that works for a lot of people. I'm not opposed to, that people doing that, and that works for them, and they're able to get different things going for themselves. But for me, it's always the music. It's always going to be the music. It's always going to be the quality of music. It's always going to be the message in the music, whether it be this approach, the next approach, and you're approaching it again. But it's always the music, and staying at the music, because good messages deliver good music, and I think good music delivers good results. That way you can have those superstars. That way you can have that feeling back. And I think we need to just, if you are an artist, if you are creative out there, you're independent, you're doing what you're doing, lock in the studio, and make them hits. And just don't be unrealistic to yourself. Be realistic to the things that you have. Nothing is unattainable. Just know that it just takes a realistic approach and a realistic amount of steps to get to where you are trying to go. But the hits are the hits. Make good music, make good quality music, make good quality, messages, so that people can actually appreciate them, and they can last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, just like a lot of these artists that are popping up now, going back on tour because of the songs that they made 20, 25, 30 years ago, and they're able to flourish nowadays. So that just says it's a testament to, good songwriting, good lyrics, and good music. So hey, let's make these hits, because it's a lifestyle. Yeah, let's make them hits. Speaking of hits, we had a hits off. What I mean by hits off is we had the verses. All right, we got real quick. If y'all seen last weekend, we had the Cash Money versus No Limit versus. I thought it was fire. I thought Cash Money, honestly, and I'm gonna give my honest opinion. I thought Cash Money, when they first announced it, was I thought they were gonna win. I thought they were gonna win. I thought it was just not gonna be a landslide. I always grew up like different No Limit records, and I always respect Master P and a different artist in that camp. But I had Cash Money winning. No, I did not think Lil Wayne was coming out. I did not think Lil Wayne was coming out. I don't know why people think Lil Wayne was coming out. That was never gonna happen. If you have been paying attention recently over the past year or so with the Turk situation, with Cash Money and the reunion tour, and him being on tour and not being on tour, and it's just you could just tell along those lines of what Cash Money they were actually going to focus on, and as it was Juvenile, it was BG, it was Birdman, it was Manny Fresh, they were going to hold it down. And when I tuned in, the vibe was, the vibe was right. And I didn't really like the crowd. The crowd didn't really have too much energy for me like that. They really wasn't. They wasn't really on it like that. It should have definitely been held in New Orleans. I think that it would have been more receptive. Maybe Lil Wayne would have came out, because that would have really been like a Super Bowl. If obviously Lil Wayne's been wanting that Super Bowl, and he went on a run campaigning for it. But I think it would have been a negotiating tactic to help Cash Money land Lil Wayne if they actually had it in New Orleans. But according to reports, it possibly could have been safety reasons. But you owe that to the culture, to where these two prominent record labels and prominent movements and prominent business owners, when we talking about Birdman and we talking about Master P, where they actually gain their recognition and their stomping grounds pretty much. It's like you owe that to them. But it was in Las Vegas. They're going back and forth on the records. I think Cash Money went on a run a little bit, but I think No Limit started to pick it up, because it was Juvenile pretty much holding down Cash Money. And after a while, and I like and respect the BG, because I was always a BG fan when I was coming up. But, Juvenile was really holding down this part of the verses. And he has some hits. Juvenile got Slow Motion. He got that Rodeo. He didn't do I didn't hear It got weird when they played a Millie. That's what I think everybody was just like, yo, what was that with a Millie? They pretty much was trying to rush them off the stage, and they're trying to wrap it up. That's the only thing I don't like about the verses, whatever Swiss and Timbaland did with the verses, the business with the verses. Obviously, there's bigger money that's involved now, and it just seems like that they were trying to rush them off stage, and something like that you can't rush. You can't rush. You got to let that play out. You got to let that play out. It's going to play out. No Limit ends up hurrying up and grabbing Snoop Dogg real quick so they can do the For My Niggas track with the C Murder. C Murder's locked up. Free C Murder. And they bring Snoop Dogg out. Snoop Dogg raps his verses. He raps the whole song, and they cut the beat out. He ends up doing it a cappella. They wrap the verses up. They're going back and forth pretty much trying to get the last word. Master P ends up leaving the stage early. There was some background things going on. I think Master P was pretty much upset because they ended up cutting the verses early, as opposed to it being a problem between No Limit and Cash Money. But overall, it was a great night. It was a great night. I do have No Limit winning by just like that much, just a little bit. I got them winning by just a little bit, because I feel like the performances, I feel like they had more an array of artists, and the artists were ready to perform. The records were hitting off. Since it was a condensed verses as far as the tracks, I think that they got the best of them in that sense. They weren't really able to, Cash Money really wasn't able to play any Lil Wayne. They were handicapped with that factor. They wasn't really able to get the full Hot Boys with Turk, BG, and Lil Wayne. They were handicapped in that factor. And I think No Limit was able to get them that night. And I can't wait for the next verses. Who do y'all think the next verses should be? Who do y'all think it should be? Obviously everybody wants to see Chris Brown versus Usher. I think that would be mega. If anything, if they were going to do something in Vegas, that could have been done in Vegas. But it's like, where are you going to do that now? Maybe they do it in, it might be in LA. I could see that one being done in LA. It's going to be interesting to see which one is going to be next. with that. But let me know down there in the comments what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. What y'all think is gonna be the next verses? I think it's gonna be Chris Brown versus Usher. It's only right. I think Swiss and Timberland, shout out to them gentlemen. Let me, first of all, shout out to Cash Money and No Limit for that verses. We always celebrating culture, but shout out to Timberland and Swiss Beats for putting that on for us, because that could have been gone. That held us down during the pandemic. If you was in the crib and you was looking for something to do and some entertainment, and you was looking for some hip hop and looking where to get some music and looking where to get that, that hip hop culture fix, versus definitely held it down. And even not just hip hop, they did R&B and they was doing legendary matches. We never even seen anything like this. And what they did was just transcend music and just transcend content and transcend performances, because now we're battling catalogs and we're just in a different space now, and it's a beautiful thing. But I do think they should do Chris Brown and Usher next. Let's stop playing. Let's get that done. They like Chris Brown and Usher. They got the It Depends remix. Obviously, it could be a celebration. They don't even really got to be battling. They done settled any differences. They've always been Chris Brown coming off the Breezy Bowl. He trying to wrap up his album. I'm not sure if Usher's on tour or not. Seemed like he's been touring 24/7. I don't know what's going on with that. But I think that they can actually settle this one in. So, Timberland, Swiss, make that happen. Please, please, please make that happen, because that'd be fire. And we deserve that. We deserve that. But one person that actually jumped in the mix recently, not jumped in the mix, this is a while ago, but comments have resurfaced, was Jay-Z. Some of Jay-Z's comments have resurfaced about his thoughts on verses, and pretty much his quote was, can't nobody stand on that stage with me. I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect to anybody. Everyone is amazing and has done what they've done. Nobody can stand on that stage with me. I'm just telling you guys the real. It's not a shot. It's not a chance in hell that anybody can stand on that stage with me. I don't care how long it is, 2 hours, 1 hour. And I don't blame Jay-Z. I don't blame Hove for, feeling like that. But what do y'all think? Who do y'all think would be a good prime opponent for Jay-Z to, go in a versus with? And I feel like, in my opinion, majority are either going to say Nas, Lil Wayne, or Drake even. I think and I just got done talking about Drake. Drake, this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to get whatever back. You may go up against Jay-Z and lose, but the fact that you even stood to him and said, yo, I'm willing to stand on this and I put my catalog against you and battle you, that may get Hove to actually do the verses. Even though he's saying right here, there's nobody that can stand on that stage. But I feel like there's like a small handful, not saying that's going to give him but might get him to actually walk on that stage. Can we get him to walk on the stage so we can perform it? But this might be Drake's opportunity if he actually stepped in. Nas, that'd be a good celebration if Nas, but they have some personal beef. They got the casino stuff going on right now. I don't even think they even want to go down that route. Lil Wayne, Wayne got a lot of mixtapes. He got a lot of mixtapes. He got some good album cuts. Hove got just, he got a whole arsenal, whether it be freestyles, whether it be, underground records, whether it be some radio records, whether it be B-sides, whether it be it don't matter. It can be from the 90s. It can be to the 2000s, 2010s, even 2020s. Like Jay-Z has features. He has a whole bunch of stuff he could play. And then with the verses, obviously it's stuff that you wrote. It's stuff that you had involvement with. And Jay-Z, there's probably some stuff that we don't even know that he had involvement with that he could just pull in the arsenal and just make those 20 songs or the 20 records that he plays just more profound. So, I think I gotta say, yo, Drake, this would be your time. This would be your time to step up and just get some of that, whatever, all that just get all that off you to whatever people feel about you, and be like, and remind people of who you are, what you are, because that's gonna make you actually, when you actually, if they actually did accept that deal, that's gonna make him go back to his private quarters, and he gonna lock in with the best 20 records, and how he can 20 records, and we talking about 20 Drakes and 20 Jay-Z's on a stage together. Oh man, we all win. Let's be honest, we all win. But I want to give it up for verses again, and I want to thank everybody for tuning into the birthday episode. Let's give it up for the birthday again. Birthday. I had a great time. It's been a real great time. It's been a real good week. It's been a real good past few days. If you haven't check out the previous episode of the Justin H Fashion Show. I had an amazing time there. Shout out to Justin Haynes and his whole team and everybody that invited me there. And just to keep tuning in. We are going to keep building this. Like, I have a lot of different things planned out, and I just want y'all to keep, run them subs up, run them likes up, share this. Hey, it's my birthday. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody enjoys their week. I hope everybody had a great time with the trick-or-treating. We know you got Thanksgiving coming up. You know, with these months and these days be going by so fast. Hey, it'll be here next week. So get your turkey, all right? But most importantly, say a happy birthday to your boy LP. And make sure you're liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. It's a lifestyle with the official LP. I am your host, the official LP. Peace. See y'all. Yeah.